Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the Honda Pilot Trailsport. Before we get into this video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 285 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see flat there in the center, and then it kind of falls off a little bit on either side. We've got this new boxy headlight design, which I'm a huge fan of. And then of course we have our Trailsport badge. Notice how the grille's all blacked out. You can see there's some blacked out trim here on the side as well. And then parking sensors at the bottom. And putting it all together, I really do like the new boxy design. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265, 60, 18 in the front and over in the rear. You can see with the wheel design, it has kind of like a chunkier look with the spokes. That's an off-roader thing. And then notice metallic gray for the coloration. And yes, these are all-terrain tires. And then you guys can see here with the fender flares, and then look at the rest of the bodywork here on the side. Notice the mirror caps and the door handles are blacked out. And then taking a look at the full side profile again, you can see that boxy design and then also the roof rails there at the top. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, the opening for the hatch, and then you got the Honda logo on the back. Now popping into the rear, first off you guys can see we've got a little bit of storage underneath here. Now with the third row folded down, you've got quite a bit of storage. If you have it folded up, you can see it kind of ends right in that area. So pretty similar to other crossovers in this segment that have third rows. Notice the rear passengers do get vents. They also have a USB. They also get cup holders. And again, like most crossovers in this segment, I reserve the third row for kids in terms of space. The headroom's fine because the boxy design, just the legroom's more cramped. And when you're all done, just press that button and that will lower down the hatch. And then this is where you guys can see the Pilot logo and of course another Trailsport badge. And then I do like the new taillight design here, how it kind of all connects together. And then we do have more parking sensors at the bottom. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the new Pilot. Now popping inside, we do have a sunshade here for the rear passengers, and then you can see the soft touch down below, and look at the stitching that goes across, and I like this trim piece too. And then tons of storage here in the door panel. And then taking a look at the seats again, you can see with the stitching here, and then these are supposed to be easy to clean, and then you got all of your adjustments on the side. Legroom back here is really good. We also have a little storage pocket here in the rear, and then you guys can see we've got some vents back here. We have our own climate zone, USBs, we've got a full power outlet, and then it's actually open. This one has the captain chair, so we have these armrests too. And then, like I said, boxy design means lots of headroom. Now taking a look at the front door panel, it's soft touch here at the top, and then also down below you can see the stitching that goes across. All of our window controls right here. We've got our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. We also have memory seats and blind spot monitoring for the mirrors. Trailsport there at the top, and you guys can see again with all the stitching and everything down below in orange. Power adjustments here on the side. Got another Trailsport patch there, or logo rather. That opens up the hatch, and then you can see with the stability control, and the steering wheel is manually adjustable, and also the dash is all soft touch, which is nice. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around, and then again you've got like that orange stitching. Heated steering wheel button at the bottom. We've got stuff for our adaptive cruise control, steering assist, voice command controls, volume controls as well. Paddle shifters here in the back for the 10-speed automatic, and then you guys can see the stalks here on the back. Now I've got this big digital gauge cluster here in the center. We can basically scroll through some different menus to see different bits of info on the car, and you guys can see the fuel economy that I've been getting so far here with the Pilot. And then the next thing is going to be the drive modes. We've got a ton of different drive modes here, as you can see, for all sorts of different conditions, most of them for off-roading. And then this does also come with a 360 camera system. You guys can see you've got the trajectories that turn with the steering wheel. Also have that bird's eye view as well. And resolution with the camera system is actually pretty good. Now as for the rest of the infotainment system, you guys can see you've got some physical buttons here on the side. And then as for the screen itself, it actually responds very quickly. I think it's easy to use. It is on the smaller side of things, but I mean, again, like you can just do that with the camera system. So again, I think overall a pretty good unit. Pretty cool with the vents here, and then you actually have some storage above the glove box. And then we've got our dual zone climate controls. Get the camera focus, there you go. And we also have heated seats with the Trailsport. We've got USBs down below, and then you can see wireless phone charging pad. All of our little buttons for the transmission selector, drive mode select, our auto stop start, hill descent control, and then parking brake, as well as our brake hold. And then we've got some cup holders right here. And then look at the center console, really nice. Tons of storage. I'd say probably like the best center console in a SUV of this size. And then, yeah, pretty big glove box. Up top, we got a couple controls here for the panoramic sunroof. Now, when it comes to pricing, $48,350 is the base MSRP. This color is called Diffuse Sky Pearl. It's a really cool color. Anyways, $50,150 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring, go through the rear, and let us set off. So setting off in the Pilot Trailsport. I've been living with this for a week, and so I'll give kind of my impressions, you know, on daily driving this and everything. But, you know, first off, initially, like, ride quality with this, just like most SUVs in this size category, it's good, it's comfortable. That's one of the big appeals to these kind of, like, it's not a full-size SUV, but, you know, larger SUV, is that it's comfortable and obviously spacious as well, and that's why it's able to fit third row and everything. But yeah, comfortable. Seat comfort's pretty good. I will say it would be cool if these seats had an AC function with them as well. Now, when it comes to the acceleration, it moves. Here's kind of my thoughts. I've honestly been pretty annoyed with this powertrain. I don't know if I think it's more about the transmission than the engine itself. The 10-speed is smooth, but man, sometimes there's so much lag from when you put your foot down to it actually doing something, and it's just not. It's just not there. The competitors in this segment, like the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Palisade and Telluride and even the Toyota Highlander, everything feels more responsive than this. So, and it seems like there's a little bit of disconnect with the transmission. So I've found that, like I said, a little bit frustrating. But outside of that, I mean, it gets up and moves at a decent pace. It gets decent fuel economy, but I mean, again, it's just a V6 at the end of the day. And so some other stuff with this, I'm actually pretty impressed with the overall, like, build quality and everything with this. So this has 14,500 miles on it, and this is a press car, which means that there's a bunch of different people driving it and a bunch of different people beating it up. And the interior on this looks pretty much the same as a brand new Pilot. So I'm super impressed with the durability aspect of this. So I think Honda's done a great job with that. So that's a big plus. Outside of that, I don't really think there's anything else to say. I will say, though, if Honda really wants to go more into the luxury side of things, they've got to be more competitive with Kia and Hyundai, with the Palisade and with the Telluride. Especially the Telluride has that X Pro package, which competes directly with this, and you know, you can get it with heated, cooled seats, a much nicer interior. Now, I'm not sure if that interior is gonna, you know, last as long as this one, right? But still, you know, my thought stands on that. I think if Honda really wants to go, you know, again, they're trying to be more of an upscale brand. If they really want to do that, they've got to add some of the nicer materials and everything that they've got in the Kia and the Hyundai. But let me know your thoughts.